It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 6th of May. I'm Michael Groff. An absolutely gorgeous day out there today. I know to some of you that might seem like a bit of a hot take, but I love it. Cloudy sky, temperatures way below average. We might see a shower today, tonight, and into the morning hours tomorrow. But then we are going to snap back to reality, and in a big way. Temperatures heating up, way up. As a matter of fact, we might be as much as 30 degrees warmer by Saturday. So, a lot going on. Let's dive in and talk about it. First, the Almanac from yesterday. Absolute perfection. 74 degrees the afternoon high. 59 was the low. Way below those averages of 91 and 66, and light years away from that record high of 108 degrees. Tell you what, we might be pretty close to 108 by this weekend. A trace of rain officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor yesterday. Unfortunately, there's just been some of you, basically in the Central and East Valley, that have seen nothing out of this storm system, and that might continue to be the case. Again, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Outside now at 11:30 a.m., mostly cloudy sky. Sensational. I just love it. 68 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points 50, humidity 53%, wind light, barometer steady. Temperatures out there in the late morning hours doesn't get better than this in May, does it? 60s for the most part across the valley. Take a picture of that. You're not going to see that again anytime soon. Those might be low temperatures later this week. In fact, it's very possible that many spots don't even get below 70 by this weekend. Satellite picture out here across the west. A lot of low clouds and mid-level clouds here across Arizona. The main area of low pressure that brought the unsettled weather the last couple of days is off over eastern Arizona and moving into New Mexico. There is an area of low pressure, a little weak low on the backside of this, swinging around through Nevada, and that should move into western Arizona later tonight. The watch warning map, we've got some flood watches, flood advisories across parts of Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there as well as this low is moving into Texas. So obviously those showers and storms, all the unsettled weather will be there. In fact, we should see several rounds of rain from Texas eastward into the southeast U.S. the next several days and into the weekend. It's going to be a very wet forecast for the Gulf Coast and the southeast U.S. And some of those places could use the rain, that's for sure. The convective outlook for today, one thing we really don't need is that severe weather, but the enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5, East Texas, western Louisiana, the broader severe weather risk from the Texas Panhandle into southwest Alabama. Also, we've got a marginal risk of severe storms over the Florida Peninsula. In Arizona, we're in the green, at least over the central and northern parts of the state. Thunderstorms possible. We don't anticipate any organized severe weather. The strongest storms, though, they might produce some brief wind gusts, 30, 35 miles per hour, and some small hail, as we've seen the last couple of days from any thunderstorms that have developed. And obviously, locally heavy rain and lightning, always a threat from those strongest of storms. Also, we've got that slight risk of severe storms in the northeast. So over parts of New England. So again, we've had kind of the same areas just getting hit with storms day after day. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, 1 to 2/10 of an inch at most. I suspect that some of us just won't see much more from any of this because while we do have this low around and we have a secondary little low coming on through, doesn't look like any widespread precipitation will be occurring here, but we'll talk about it in more detail right now as we check out the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go, the GFS, the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Low over the northeast, we got this big low coming out of the southwest from New Mexico into Texas, and a secondary little low rotating through southern Nevada, ultimately into western Arizona later today and tonight. What it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, the sky is mostly cloudy, with some widely scattered showers possible through the rest of the day today. High temperatures, gorgeous, low to mid 70s. The average high for today, 91 degrees, will be anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees below average for this afternoon. Now for tonight, some widely scattered showers possible. This forecast is a little bit tricky. Our high resolution guidance has been kind of inconsistent. This is the HRRR at 10 o'clock tonight. It's got a cluster of showers, and there might even be a rumble of thunder embedded in that. across southeast California, moving into western Arizona. Some of the guidance shows this moving into Maricopa County and could see some rain in the valley overnight, but I just don't really think that's too likely. Any rain that we would see, I think, would be more of an isolated to widely scattered shower type of event. So as a result, we'll keep the chance of rain in the forecast, but just nothing significant. 20% rain chances overnight, mostly cloudy sky, lows in the 50s to low 60s. And then tomorrow, mostly cloudy in the morning, becoming partly cloudy in the afternoon. There's a slight chance we could see a shower in the morning, absolutely, as that system kind of winds on down and moves off to the east. High temperatures, though, we start that warming trend back to the low and middle 80s tomorrow. That will be the last time we are below average for our highs for a while. Here comes Thursday. High pressure's building in. We're warming up. Highs low to mid 90s. And if you think that's hot, here comes Friday. Highs upper 90s to about 103. And we're going to continue that warming trend into Saturday. Now, there's a tiny bit of a caveat here in this forecast. Many of our deterministic models over the last few days have been showing some sort of weak little low coming in here by Saturday. And that could touch off a stray shower or storm over in the White Mountains. Sure doesn't look like that's all that likely, though, and it's not going to affect us much here in the valley. We might see a few afternoon clouds on Saturday, but the big story is just going to be the heat. Highs 101 to 105. The return of the H word into the forecast. That's right, hot. Or hell, whatever. It's going to be toasty this weekend, no doubt about that. We continue to Sunday. High temperatures might back off a degree or two, but still, I'd say highs around 100 to 104. And again, a couple of degrees of cooling, if you want to call it that, on Monday, as the heights come down a little bit in response to a trough developing along the Pacific Northwest coast and along the West Coast. And the ultimate evolution of that remains very much in doubt, but we're still going to continue with well above average temperatures out here, even into early next week. Let's keep going. This is a week from today, Tuesday the 13th. That trough is sitting right along the west coast, southwesterly flow here. We are warm and dry. Temperatures might back off a couple more degrees. We're probably back down in the 90s, but it's still going to be dry and breezy at times. Wednesday the 14th, we are still dry. Now, troughing is going to try and come on in here, but it looks like how this is going to play out is the ridging is going to deflect most of that energy to the north of us. This trough becomes elongated and the low pressure may become bifurcated. Actually, we could see a secondary low kind of splitting off and diverging, becoming cut off here from that system. But either way, temperatures should still remain at or above average going out 10 days, Thursday the 15th. And again, you can see that sort of bifurcation of this trough or this low pressure area with one low moving off into the Dakotas and southern Canada and the other one remaining well off the California and Baja coast. And for us, the implication on that might be some high clouds and temperatures would be close to seasonal averages. All right, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 20th of May. It's off the GFS ensemble. Of course, all the rain it shows is from anything today and tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. And the ensemble mean, I think, is overdone here. Anything over a few hundredths of an inch, I think, is kind of unrealistic. But with that being said, I want to point out, though, an isolated spot could absolutely see a quarter inch of rain here in the valley, but just not really expecting much. European ensemble, a little less than that. But again, I just don't think we're going to see much precipitation. I hope I'm wrong, but of course at Sky Harbor, we've only had a trace so far officially. Love to see some rain in the Central and East Valley. Anyway, temperatures off the national blend of models. Beautiful today. We're warming it up, though, and you can see by this weekend, highs way over 100 degrees, not even that far away from record heat on Saturday. And then we will bring temps down a little bit. In fact, signs are we might even see highs dropping back into the 80s sometime next week. We'll have to see. It remains to be seen exactly how that trough next week is going to evolve. But either way, we don't anticipate any more chances of rain after tomorrow morning. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And if you really enjoy what we're doing here, then be sure to help us out. Support the channel. We need it now more than ever. Click that thanks icon below the video. Make your monetary donations to us, or even better, donate via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Help support everything that we do here. Your independent weather guy. All right. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related. It is all linked up down in the description, as is some Adriana related stuff down there too. And our streaming station, it's available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX, playing a ton of music, having a lot of fun over there. So give that a look and a listen and everything like that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It's amazing. It's so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. Get out there and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day and have yourselves a terrific rest of your Tuesday.